everybody. So today I'm going to show you how to fold construction paper to make the 3D bedroom that we did last month with 4th grade using construction paper, scissors, and either your stapler or tape or glue if that's all you have. So I'm going to show you how to make the 3D bedroom using 2 different sizes of construction paper. This is a 9x12 piece of construction paper. This is the size that you typically get in the multi-packs. This brown piece of paper is 12x18. It's a little bit larger. It's double the size of this one. We used the 9x12 or the 12x18 paper for our bedrooms. But if this is all you have, this will make a great bedroom too. So how do I measure a perfect square if I don't have a paper cutter or a ruler? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the shorter end onto the longer end. And I want to make sure that I'm meeting up nice, even Stevens here, and that my corner right here is making a perfect triangle. And then I'm going to fold this down. Now I'm going to cut the paper right along this line here. And when I do this, it's going to give me a perfect square. We do this a lot when we're doing origami. This also works great if you don't have a ruler or a big cutting board at home. Okay, so now when I open up, I've got a perfect square. I don't need this fold. We're not using it for this project, so I'm just going to smooth it out. So I got a 12x12 inch square here. This is what we use in the classroom for our rooms, but if you only have a 12x9 piece of construction paper, that's okay too. If you have a ruler, you can do this by measuring out. So the shorter length is the length that your room is going to be, and it's 9 inches. So I want to make sure that it's 9 inches on this side too. So to make sure, I'm going to measure out several spots on my paper at the 9-inch mark. I'm making little dashed marks at 9 inches all along my paper, and then I'm going to cut on those dashed lines. So now I'm going to take my scissors and cut. And I have a perfect 9x9 square piece of paper. Either one of these squares will do just fine for this project. So the next step is I'm going to fold my paper in half. Doesn't matter which way because it's a square. Just want to make sure that the edges and corners match up as even Stevens as possible. I'm going to make mine both ways so that you guys can see how they both turn out. Now I'm going to open it up and fold it in half the other way. Again, as even Stevens, meeting the corner and edges as best as you possibly can. All right, now I'm going to open these up and I'm going to cut on one fold until I get to the center. So I'm going to cut on one fold until I get to the center. Now, if you folded your paper in half to make your square, you really want to make sure that you have kind of flattened out that fold as much as you can because you don't want the walls of your room folding in. So I'm just going to fold them backwards to flatten them out a bit. So I'm cutting on the fold until I get to the center, and then I'm stopping. Okay, now I'm going to fold up the side that I did not cut, so it's standing up, and I'm going to lay one of these flaps on top of the other. If you're looking to hide this fold, I might recommend putting the unfolded side on top. And I'm going to do this to both of my papers. So it was laying down. I'm folding up on the side that I did not cut, and then lay one of these flaps right on top of the other. All right, you can use tape to tape these in place on the sides so that it stands up. You can also put glue in here. I might recommend your liquid Elmer's glue so it holds a little bit better. Glue stick doesn't hold super great, but I like to, in my classroom, so kids can start working on these right away, I like to put 3 staples in. So it immediately holds it in place. And if you want your walls to stand up better, you can kind of like fold them in a little bit. And now I have a 3-dimensional bedroom with 2 walls and a floor. This is our 9x9 square. And you can see, I mean, this is a great bedroom too. Now, the furniture I'm going to show you how to make is for the larger bedroom. All you need to do is scale everything down to a little bit smaller size if you're trying to fit it into the smaller bedroom. So I'm going to kind of switch out what's happening here. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to make a few different pieces of furniture for your bedroom. All right, so this is measuring out to be, for the bed, 4 inches by 6 inches. If you have a smaller bedroom, I might recommend you doing 3 by 5, so it's a little bit smaller. So I've already pre-cut this paper. This paper is measuring almost, this one will work. All right, we're going to measure this one out 3. And again, I'm using the dashed marks to measure out 3 inches on the shorter side and 5 inches on the longer side. And this will make my smaller bed for my smaller bedroom. Now, if you don't want your bed so long, you can also make it out to be 3 by 4, which is what I think I'm going to do because I'm worried about not having a lot of space to add fun things in my bedroom if my bed is too long. So this is 3 by 4 now. And this will be the bed for this room. This is 4 by 6 for the bigger bedroom. All right, so now I'm going to take my bed pieces of paper and I'm going to fold in all 4 sides about the width of my finger. You're going to use your finger as your measuring tool here. So I want to do this to all 4 sides. And I want these to be kind of even Stevens, because if one side is a wider fold than the other, then the bed is going to kind of sit crooked or off-centered. And again, make sure you're doing this to all 4 sides. All right, now I'm going to look at the folds that I've made on this paper, and I'm looking at the corners where I've kind of folded a square into my paper. I want to cut one of those folds where it meets the other side of the square. Just one. It's a super tiny cut. I'm going to do this to all 4 sides of my paper. So all I'm doing is I'm cutting one of these folds in the corner until it meets the other fold. And then I'm going to stop all 4 sides. And I'm going to do it to my smaller paper too. Now you want this glue to dry really quick, so might I recommend a glue stick. I have flipped this over, so my folds are folding up here. They're folding down over here. I want to put glue on the tab, and I'm going to fold it over. So I'm kind of making a little box top. So each of these little squares in the corner, I'm adding glue to. And I'm gluing it to the side of my paper and making a three-dimensional, almost box lid. And I'm going to do that to both of my papers. Doesn't matter which side you put glue on, just matters that the glue is sticking to the side of the paper, whether it be outside or inside, it doesn't really matter. All right, these are going to be our beds for our bedrooms. I flipped them over, so now we see the other side of the bed. To get these to stick inside, what you're going to do is, it gets a little bit messy. You're going to take the glue and go all the way around the edge and stick it down wherever you want in your bedroom. And you're going to let it dry for a couple of hours. And that way you're making sure that the bed is stuck to the floor. You can flip it upside down and nothing's going to happen to it. Usually before I have kids start gluing the furniture down to the floor, I have them design and decorate a floor. So if they're drawing wood, they're adding a rug, all that gets done first, and then they glue their furniture to the floor. All right, so here I have, for the table in the bedroom, a piece of paper measuring 3 inches by 3 inches. This is going to be for my larger bedroom. For my smaller bedroom, I'm going to measure a paper that is 2 inches by 2 inches. And again, I'm just measuring 2 inches here. I'm drawing the dashed lines. And then I'm going to cut on my dashed lines so that I get a 2 inch by 2 inch piece of paper. Okay, so just like the bed, I'm going to fold down 1 finger width on all 4 sides. Again, making sure that you're folding down the same amount on all 4 sides so that your table doesn't sit lopsided on the floor of your room. And just like the beds, we are going to cut the fold in the corner to make the little tabs to glue. Again, it doesn't matter what side you cut, you're just going to cut 1 fold on each of the 4 sides. Put glue in the corner and then fold the tab down on the side. You're creating these 3D little box shapes for your beds and tables. You can fold the tabs onto the outside or inside with the glue. Doesn't matter here. And now for the little baby one. The only difference with the table and the bed is that you're working with a smaller piece of paper. And the table is a square versus the bed is a rectangle. Now I only show the students one more technique for the bedrooms before I let them design and decorate however they want. And that's how to cut a window in their bedroom. So here is the table for the smaller bedroom. Okay, so again, if you want this to stick to the floor of the bedroom, you want to put glue all the way on the edge. The liquid Elmer's glue works best for this because the glue stick doesn't have as good of a hold. And you're going to flip it over and stick it to the floor and let it dry. I like to let it dry overnight, but in about 4 to 5 hours, this is going to be great. I'm going to show you how to cut a window in this yellow bedroom because I've glued to this floor. You're going to make sure when you're making windows, you're not making them too big on the wall because your wall will cave in and you don't want the wall to kind of fall down on top of you. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to poke a hole in the middle of the wall. Now I'm going to cut above and below this hole. And this is going to be the length of my window. I'm also going to cut on the top and bottom on both sides. Basically here I'm making an uppercase letter I in the wall. This is great for scissor skills. All right, if you want to, you can trim this up a bit to make it look nicer. And then you can give kids a choice here. You can have shutters that open and close. So if this is my bedroom, now I have a window that opens and closes. Or you can cut these flaps off and then you just have an open rectangle here and they can add curtains. Or, you know, a lot of kids really like these that open and close because it gives another 3D element to the room. I hope you like this tutorial. I can't wait to see what you do with it, the personalization that you make. Make sure that you submit your projects in Google Classroom. I can't wait to see what you do, artists. Have a great day.